What's up guys, it's your boy PSGINT here, and today I will talk about Paris Saint-Germain and the midfield I want to see start, the midfielders I want to see stay at Paris Saint-Germain for rotation, for academy products, and what midfielders we should be selling. So let's start with midfielder number one, who is Marco Verratti. Marco Verratti, the Italian magician, of course, staying at Paris Saint-Germain and starting every game because he's the best midfielder in the world. Marco Verratti, I mean, if you compare it to other midfielders, why I love Verratti so much is he's so complete. The only thing he lacks maybe is goal scoring, but I don't care from that from a midfielder. But we saw the last game he scored a brace, so who knows, maybe he will start scoring now as well, and that will be very dangerous for the world. But seriously, Verratti is the best midfielder in the world for me. He has all the qualities for a midfielder. His best one, pressure resistance. I mean, you can't press him. He's like these guys Busquets and Iniesta. But he adds with it the tackling, the running. I mean, this guy is so crazy good, and Paris Saint-Germain have a gem on their hand, and they've had it since, I believe, 2012. Marco Verratti joining Paris Saint-Germain from Pescara. So Marco Verratti, green light, starting and staying. Next up, we have Leandro Paredes. Leandro Paredes, I mean, I love the guy, especially because he's a very passionate guy and a very aggressive style of play that the Paris Saint-Germain midfield lack. Apart from him, one other thing that Paris Saint-Germain lacks, at the midfield lacks, that Paredes has got, is that vision. I mean, his passing is so great. It's so good, and so many games he he has been the key factor of us winning those games with his incredible passing from the middle of the center of the midfield. The problem this season is he has been plagued by injuries and inconsistency. I remember the game against Club Brugge, he was absolutely awful, but he had no great midfielder alongside him like Marco Verratti. So for me, Paredes is a player that we still need to give time. We've seen how good he is with Argentine, how good he is with Paris Saint-Germain, especially the last games versus Rennes, where he had even an amazing defensive games with 9 defensive actions. And who knows, maybe he's starting to improving without the ball. So if that's good, I mean, Paredes should definitely be a contender to starting, if not starting, every game. So Leandro Paredes, yeah, again, green light, staying at Paris Saint-Germain, and most probably starting every game. Next up, we have Danilo Herrera. Yeah, again, what he adds that we lack from the other midfielders is the height. It's winning duels in the air, and we have a very short squad in terms of height. So Danilo Herrera adds that, which is good, but other than that, he adds nothing. His biggest weakness is his pace. He's so slow that if you dribble past him, he's not gonna win the ball back. He's not. He's just gonna try to run back as fast as possible. But for me, Danilo Herrera, yeah, he scored against Rennes and so on, but he's a player that we need to get rid of as soon as possible, because we still can get a bit of money for him. Around 10 to 15 million would be very good for Paris Saint-Germain. So red light for Danilo Herrera, sell him, and even if it doesn't get sold, I don't want to see him start ahead of other midfielders. Next up, we have Georginio Wijnaldum. So his first season at Paris Saint-Germain so far hasn't gone that good. He has scored, I believe, 3 goals, 2 against Leipzig and 1 against, who was it, Lens, in the ending embers of the game. But still, I mean, we can still give him time. But for me, the problem is, and that problem that which many Liverpool supporters or Georginio Wijnaldum fans have brought up, is that he's not being played in his preferred position. He usually plays as an attacking midfielder who gets into the box unmarked because his marker doesn't follow him inside the box and gets an easy tap in or header like he did against Lens and Leipzig. But if he's not gonna play that position and we can't offer him that position, just get rid of him. We got him for free. He wants to move back to Premier League. A lot of Premier League sides still see the qualities in him. So, I mean, why not just send him back? Get some money if we're not gonna play him that position. Pochettino right now has showed that he can't offer him that position because that position isn't in his formation. Right now in the 4-3-3, and even if he reverts back to a 3 at the back, Georginio Wijnaldum has no place in the squad. So for me, he has high wages. We can still get a lot of money for him. So for me, yeah, again, it's a red light for Georginio Wijnaldum. Get off my club. But I know I call him donkey and so on because his performance is individually, he's not a great player, but in the system he can work. The Paris Saint-Germain system, he cannot work. So bye-bye Georginio Wijnaldum. Next up, we have Ander Herrera. Yet again, a player who fights like Paredes, who is very passionate on the field and off the field, but with him being very old and having a very high wage package from us getting him for free from Manchester United, I think it's time to go. Ander Herrera has played very good this season, but his time is over. He's old. We can still get a bit of money for him. Maybe sell him back to his boyhood club, Athletic Bilbao in Spain. For me, Ander Herrera, I've enjoyed him as a player because the passion he gives, the passion he shows is very good. So for me, Ander Herrera, I think this should be your last season at Paris Saint-Germain. Play as good as possible till you can, but I still think that in the starting lineup, I would prefer some other players ahead of him. So for me, Ander Herrera, red light, go out from Paris Saint-Germain, and you should not be starting at Paris Saint-Germain. But I still love you guys. Next up, we have Julian Draxler. Yet again, a player who has been plagued by injuries this season and last season. Last season, his contract was running out, and unexpectedly, he signed a contract extension of 1 year just because he played both games against Bayern München. But yeah, again, he hasn't started this time so many games. Yes, he has been injured and had the COVID and so on, but his time is over. We should have sold him a long time ago when his price was much higher, when teams like Arsenal wanted him. But I remember in the summer there were a lot of rumors coming out that they wanted him in Germany. So for me, let's try to sell him now until before the transfer window ends, because in the summer we're gonna lose him for free, and he's not in any shape or form gonna extend the contract. And if it's not, we just let him go for free. Not that big for Paris Saint-Germain. Next up, Idrissa Gana Gueye. So he's been away with the Senegalese national team for the AFCON this January, and will soon be back as soon as Senegal either wins it or goes out in the AFCON. Idrissa Gana Gueye is a very, very unique player because he is very good. He has amazing qualities defensive wise and running the whole game. I remember his performance against Manchester City where he earned the man of the match. Yes, he scored a goal, but other than that, he helped Nunes so often with both Walker and Riyad Mahrez on that wing. Very fighting player, still one of those old midfielders, so it's much better that we try to replace him now. I don't think that we will get a good fee for him, but Idrissa Gana Gueye can be someone that we keep, we play, we rotate. And he doesn't have that high of a wage package like Ander Herrera and Georginio Wijnaldum. So for me, Idrissa Gana Gueye will have an orange light, stay at Paris Saint-Germain, but should not be a 100% starter like Marco Verratti and maybe Paredes. Next up, Eric Junior Dina Imbimbe. A lot of rumors coming out that he will be sold to, I believe, Bayer Leverkusen in Germany or another German club for around 50 million, with a good percentage of, if they sell him, we get a resale bonus. like we did with Jonathan Ikone at Lille, who went to Fiorentina. So Ibimba he's from academy, but for me right now, he's 21-year-old, still hasn't showed that much, and it's much better to just get rid of him now, get a little bit of money like we did with the Nkunku, with the Zagris, with the Nsuki, with the Diaby. Yes, maybe they turn out to be a better player later, but for me right now, it's a decision we have to do now. So, Eric Junior Dima and Bimbe, it's a red light for you. Leave Paris Saint-Germain, but good luck at your future club. Next up, Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons, I don't have to say anything. I want him to play at Paris Saint-Germain. I want him to stay. I want him to extend the contract. He has played 4 out of the last 5 games. Yes, substitution roles, but still, I want him at the club because he's very passionate. He wants to stay at Paris Saint-Germain. He wants to fight for his place. And now, right now, he totally deserves it. And I really think that he should be starting some games in the attack or in the midfield, especially with Messi being gone and Neymar being injured and us having midfield problems. So Xavi Simons can either play in the midfield or as an attacker. So for me, pretty easy. I love this guy. Played so good so far this season. It's a green light for Xavi Simons. Stay at Paris Saint-Germain and start starting him in the lineup. Next up, Ismail Gharbi, the Morocco midfielder, only 16 years old, younger than Michoud and Simons. I haven't seen that much from this player, but in the preseason he played very good. And for me, instead of buying Karim Adeyemi, we should just give him and Kalim Wendo time in Paris Saint-Germain. Because why not? We give them 1 season. We saw at Barcelona, they have given time to Pedri, to Araujo, to Mingueza, to Gavi, to Nico, and some of those haven't been that good, like Mingueza, and he will be sold soon. But some of them, like the Nico, like the Gavi, have been very good for their team. So for me, Gharbi, we need to start giving him chances, either in the cup or in the league, especially with us being so far ahead of the other teams in Liga. So for me, Gharbi, orange light, give him time, rotate him a bit more. Next up, and the last Paris Saint-Germain midfielder to talk about is Edouard Michoud. Amazing player, French from the academy, very good friends with Xavi Simons, so he can probably get Xavi Simons to extend at Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, again, amazing player, got an assist versus Lyon, so for me, it's between an orange and a green light, maybe even a green light, because I think that ahead of some of the other midfielders, he should be starting, even though they are more experienced and have right now more qualities, because his hunger and how much he wants to play for Paris Saint-Germain and win for that beautiful badge means so much to this club, and we lack it. So for me, green orange light for Edouard Michoud. So we have gone through all the midfielders, so here is my starting midfield. Marco Verratti, Leandro Paredes, and Idrissa Gana Gueye, with Xavi Simons and Michoud being rotated. Other than that, Danilo Pereira, sell. Ander Herrera, sell. Julian Draxler, sell. Wijnaldum, if we can offer him the play that he wants, sell. And give Gharbi, Simons, Michoud more playing time, especially Michoud and Simons, as they have played a lot of games and showed us their qualities. Other than that, Parisiens, make sure to like this video, subscribe, put on notifications so you never miss a video from the Paris Saint-Germain PSGINT channel, the best YouTube channel in the world. And other than that, make sure to have a nice day. Allez, 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 Paris!